Hello, welcome to Lost Bastion's YouTube vid on Blood Red Skies. Brr, brr, brr. This is an aerial combat game in World War II made by Warlord Games. It's a wonderful game. We've played it a couple of times in the past 20 years. No, we've been around 5 years. It's been around about 3, maybe 2, and we've played it a lot. But today Mark hasn't played it. His first intro game was today, so he stayed around to do the video with me. So yeah, I'm Matt. Mark you can't see, he's literally, I'm pointing at him right now. I'm not even looking at the camera, I'm looking at the screen. So we've got 4 planes set up each. We'll show you the quick how to do it, hopefully not be too long because, you know, the last game we played was ages because we couldn't hit each other. So what I'll do in a minute is I'll spin the camera around and then you'll get the table view, and then after that I'll spin the camera back onto myself and we'll do the talking thing. So at the minute it's quite high up, I'll bring it down when I do the talking thing. So yeah, as I say, Blood Red Skies, playing a game, me and Mark. Hope you enjoy it, we'll explain things as we go. So put this back over here, spin you on the camera. You see, when we've got more money, we'll have... Hang on, I didn't do that, did I? I just spun the camera. We'll have more money, we'll have multiple cameras. Hi Cam, I can see you.
Just trying wide.
There we go. So that is the view I want in. You'll be able to see our arms, our lovely hairy arms, and maybe a bit of our heads sometimes.
A few tattoos.
So we've got the rules book and expanded rules, but we're not going to read them. We've played a little bit, we're just going to have a bit. You can't really see the planes very well on there, I don't think, but never mind. So I've got Spitfires, and I've painted those up myself. There is a Spitfire.
And as usual, I am the bad guys. I am the Germans.
And Mark's been the Germans, which Messerschmitts. Well, Messerschmitt was the company. ME 109. Can you see? Lovingly hand painted by myself with a brush, not my hand. So hopefully you'll see them as they fly around the table. You should get an idea because we'll be putting that near them for moving and stuff, so you'll see them. So the way it works with initiative in this game, deciding who goes first, it's on your pilot skill followed by your speed if you've got a draw. Spitfires are faster, so the Spitfire will always go in a tie. Something that we didn't do earlier was the priority between planes. So advantaged planes go first, then neutral, then disadvantaged, which is where the outmanoeuvring comes in quite useful. So, but yeah, we'll do that as we get to it. So rather than explain it all now, I'll just explain it as we go through the game. So to do a move, I'm going to choose my Spitfire pilot skill number 4. You put your finger on the back of the base, put that in a straight line if you can with the arrow, and once you've done your minimum move you can stop there if you want, or you can go to your full distance. So I'm going to do a full distance move. At the end of your move you may turn. I'm not going to turn, I'm going to go straight at him, and I'm going to, after this point you've got a choice of doing an action. So you can do a shoot action, a climb action, or an outmaneuver action. Outmaneuver has got a range of 9, so you put that between. If you're in range, you can do the outmaneuver, which means you would make him go from neutral to disadvantaged or advantage to neutral. So at the minute the plane's in neutral, I'll do a climb action to go into advantage. And that ends that pilot's move. The next pilot in line is the Messerschmitt pilot skill 4. So I'll let you do that one.
Yes.
So Mark's going to move his Messerschmitt,
Well.
and he is going to also fly straight forward by the looks of things.
Yes. I'm going to go to my full, which is 7.
Yeah. So he's gone full 7. Now he can turn if he wishes.
No.
Not going to turn, and he's going to go into advantage. So next is pilot skill 3s. So you'd normally do the advantage pilot skill 3s, we don't have any, so we'll go to neutral. And again, if you had a neutral 3 but an advantage 2, the 2 would go before the 3. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my middle plane. I'm going to be a cheeky bugger. I'm going to move 7. Rather than climbing, I'm going to attempt to outmaneuver your pilot at pilot skill 4.
Luckily.
So, to do this, what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and bring him from advantage to neutral again. It is a roll made by your opponent. He compares his... the dice he's rolling for this is the agility on his card, which is... For example, on my Spitfire, it is that one there, which is agility of 3. The Messerschmitt is also agility 3. These pilot cards are identical almost, except for the traits, which we'll bring into it later. So you've got a agility 3 and a pilot skill of 4, which means you'll be rolling 7 dice. If Mark can roll any of the German symbols, which are 6s, then he has successfully not been outmaneuvered. He's successfully not been outmaneuvered. So, I tried to outmaneuver him, but I failed. So, next is I believe it's all my 3s first, I believe. So, I'm going to be a knob and do it again.
You know I don't like rolling 6s.
I know.
If you'd asked me to roll 1s. Oh, I really beat you there.
Wow, triple success. And guess what?
Oh, here we go again. Hold on, let me get ready.
If he's in range. Oh, shit.
He's 9.
Yeah, he's in range for that.
Come on. Oh,
Yeah! So, that's critical for me next turn. Because that means that I can shoot you before you get to move. So, you do all your 3s now. I'm just double checking the... oh, yes, and Mekamberomb is here. Big smiley face. I don't know who that is. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Cam. And he's not viewing us anymore, apparently.
No, he's got scared.
He was that bored, he's gone.
That's my first one. He is not going to turn, but can I shoot from there?
You can't shoot because
at the same level, can
are at the same level.
So
you can only, at that level you can shoot disadvantaged planes. And there aren't any. You could outmaneuver one of my planes for one of your other planes to come in and have a go.
I was going to do that with one of the others.
Okay. I mean, next turn,
hopefully one up.
the issue that I find is obviously with the Spitfires going before the Messerschmitts, you being advantaged means that I wouldn't shoot you next turn, which is nice.
This time
You've gone too far.
Oh yeah, I have. Oh. Shouldn't have seen that. He's there. The only one he can get to do it is the one that is advantaged at the moment, so I shall do that.
So you're going to try and force me?
I shall outmaneuver you.
So the interesting thing with this is, if a pilot skill 4 tries to do it to a pilot skill 3, they automatically succeed. Just so you know. Not that my player's going to do that to your plane at all next turn.
I'm just trying to scare me.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Just trying to scare me all the time.
I always try and scare you. It's in my nature.
And he won't be in distance anyway, so he's going to do that as well.
Did you, by chance, move him 11?
I might have actually moved the
I just thought because they were flying information, weren't they? It's alright, it's a rookie mistake.
I've already played it once.
It's a rookie mistake. It doesn't make a difference to what you've done so far, so... Right, so that's anybody moved. Is he... Oh, he's gone high. Okay, so... now you would have the clean-up phase. If you've used any of your abilities, you would roll a dice for those to see if you get them back. If you don't get them back, I believe you actually lose that ability if you haven't got it back. So, and each plane's got that ability, so you know, just mark off when the planes have lost them.
I've got Great Dive and Great Climb.
So, Great Climb, I believe you can force me to not climb by playing it, I think, is it?
In reaction to an enemy plane within 12 inch climbing for advantage, the enemy plane must pass a manoeuvre test to succeed it.
So that would be what I call the agility test.
Yeah.
So you can actually force me, rather than me climbing, actually make a test to do it, and I'll have to get a 6 to do it. So you can force me to basically stay neutral. So, my Pilot Skill 4 guy is going to shoot at your Messerschmitt. Now, I'm just going to double check on that rule of head-on attacks. A shooting attack that comes at the front arc of a target plane is called a head-on attack. In this case, the target is allowed to counter-attack by shooting regardless of their advantage state. The exchange of shooting attacks is simultaneous and is resolved even if one plane is involved. If one plane involved is shot down. Target aircraft attacks are assumed to be at the front arc 2, so there's no need to position the range template at all. So we are, if I was to shoot you at that state. Now, with you being Pilot Skill 4, I'm thinking if I shoot the guy behind you, I've got more chance in actually coming out of this alive. So I am going to shoot at this guy here. So you are still front arc to front arc, so you get to retaliate as I shoot you. I've got 4 plus my firepower of 1, so firepower is the top one. Each plane's got a distinct firepower, and basically your pilot skill dictates how good you are at shooting. So I've got 4, I've got 5, you will have 4. Because your pilot skill's 3.
Yes.
This is when my guy gets shot down. I've got no hits. And you got 1 hit. So, basically the German has hit me, which means I've got to make a saving roll. So see if I can dodge and weave. So that is my pilot skill of 4 plus my, what was it just called a minute ago? It wasn't agility, what was it? Manoeuvre. My manoeuvrability plus my pilot skill. All I need to get is a 6. I have.
Oh.
So we've exchanged some fire and basically we've turned or teamed off each other. Now I get to make a move action. So I'm going to move to there and make a turn as I do it. And then there. And as a second action, so you can shoot first, then you can move, and then you can do an action. I'm going to shoot again. And this time I'm in your side arc, so you wouldn't get any fire at me. And I get to use my speed for this attack. So this is my speed, so I'm coming at you from the side, plus my pilot skill, which is 4. I need 11 dice. My speed is 7. So it'll be these, and if I miss, I get to roll another 1 just to see if I get a hit.
That's orcs.
So I've got 1 hit, so, but I am going to roll my 11th dice, because if I get another 6, it's a critical success.
No.
Nah. So all you've got to do is make your...
6 dice, is it?
Yeah, so it's 6 dice, it's your skill plus your, whatever it was, manoeuvrability. Yep.
Take that.
Take that. You took it. Easy. Those planes are made of more than cardboard. So, that's my 4 done. Over to you for your number 4.
Right.
So,
can I make my shooting attack?
There's no head-on attack because everyone's neutral.
Oh, it is.
So you've got your move.
I have to move first then.
And if you were to outmaneuver somebody, you would automatically succeed if you were to do it on a pilot skill below you.
So I shall move to my minimum, which is 4.
Yeah.
and hopefully get you to outmaneuver you.
Any particular plane you'd like to do it against? I know which one I'd choose.
Well, the one right in front of me can't shoot me.
Think about... If it was me, I would go for the furthest plane away, because that will be the one, that one there.
Oh, I agree with that.
That's even if he moves at full speed, that guy will be able to shoot him. So if you outmanoeuvred him, he'd go down.
Yeah.
If I climbed, I'd only go to neutral, which means that guy
So
would
I've
get
got
a shot.
here as well, haven't I? That's what I'm thinking. I've got them two on that.
Well, he wouldn't, because he would have to... I'd have to be in his front arc. 7, if I went full, would get me about here.
Ah, true, yeah. Yeah.
So you're looking at that guy having a first shot and then flying by him.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
So that makes sense to me, makes sense to you. He goes down to neutral. So now my 3s go. Because that is your action, you can't shoot. So if I could borrow the move Neo.
Sorry?
I didn't even get a hit, did I?
We're doing a...
Yeah, I didn't get it because you saved
did.
it. Did you?
Oh, did I? No,
No, I saved it.
you saved it.
Saved it,
Yeah.
I think that's, and I did save it, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Otherwise you'd have gone down.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly this guy. I mean, if you do a head-on shot, I get to shoot you anyway. So I'm going to fly 7, which I can't go all the 7, so I'm going to stop there in front of you. And I'm going to outmaneuver this guy. So that's a test, 6 dice, and please don't get any 6s, because that means I'm going to outshoot you. Yeah! So he goes to disadvantage.
Was it this one?
Yeah, that one there. And then my other guy here is now going to fly past your ace. Probably do a little as he goes by and wave at him.
I should have put that Battle of Britain songs on. Yeah.
Now I can't get into your side. I don't think. Because yeah, we'll go front. But I'm going to go as far as possible. Now this would be a front shot, so you get to fire back at me anyway. Even though you are at disadvantage and I'm at neutral. So I've got 3 plus 1, and you've got 3 plus 1. 4 dice each. It's a bit of a long shot, but if I get a hit and it goes through, then you're dead. Well, you got 1 hit, and I got no hits, so I've now got to save myself. Saved it. So, my last guy, who is going to shit himself, he has to go full. He's going to go to neutral, which means that guy's probably going to shoot the shit out of him. Right, now we go to your guys. So your guys got to go now. I think we've accidentally spun him round. So, everybody who is advantaged on your side. Oh shit, yeah, I've done it completely wrong, haven't I?
These two should have gone before you two, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm not that bothered. Because now I get to shoot you anyway.
After this turn, we'll start doing it right. So as you can see, even on the first turn we got a bit confused. So, next turn we'll do it right.
So
we'll just call this the practice, and then we'll start properly next round.
1 for my fire.
One for your fire, and 3 for your skill.
So 4 shots.
And I get that back at you.
So this one here first.
Yeah.
So
I get 1.
I get 1.
You get 1. So I've got 6 defence. You've got 6 defence. I've succeeded. You succeeded. Quite a dogfight.
It is. Oh, this is going to be a bit awkward. I'm going to do my full 7. And then I'm going to turn, hopefully. I can't do it on this because it's too pliable. I've got the caliper.
Have we not got it out?
No.
I've got a swan got it out. No, it's there. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, because the advantage and disadvantage levels actually make a massive difference, so.
These are going to there. And he will cause him. See if I can get him outmaneuvered.
Yes, good idea. I'm fine.
Right, he's all gone, so it'll be this guy here. I will go next, and we can get to fire first, can't we?
Yeah.
So it's 4 shots.
And I get 4 at you. I got almost all 3s, and you got nothing.
Completely. So he gets to move now. 7 into movement, yep. I shall go to 7. I shall turn yet again.
Can't believe I actually said at the start of it about the advantage going first and stuff, and then we completely forgot it.
We all forget.
That's wargaming.
This guy can't manoeuvre. Does it? Ooh. Unfortunately, he's already disadvantaged anyway, but never mind. He's the last one to go, so he's going to have to move. I don't know where I'm going to move to.
In the middle?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. It's roughly in the middle of there. If I put him straight behind him, he's going to be...
And then he can go up.
And he can go up. 1.
Okay.
And then... can't shoot anyone, so I might as well outmaneuver again.
You've just climbed.
Oh, I climbed and yeah.
Right, so we'll do it right this time. So from now on we're doing it right, apparently. I am going to... I'm just going to go 4. And then turn. And I'm going to outmaneuver your leader. So that would be 7 dice. It's a long shot, but if I'm getting at disadvantage doesn't move it until last. So this is where being disadvantaged as a leader would actually, you know, be bad. So next is your advantaged 3s. Because I've got no advantage 3s.
I have 2.
You've got 2. So now we're doing it right.
So, if I go down 1, I can manoeuvre. So, with this guy, I'm going to go down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spin.
Okay, so that's called
Do a 180.
burning the advantage.
Now he's straight behind.
Yeah.
But I can't shoot though, can I?
Let's find out. No, it's make a turn of 180 at any point during your movement. So, to do it, you would go straight into your moving.
So I've got to go moving.
So you've got to move at least 4 now. So you're going to end up in front of me, aren't you? Because you won't be able to stop 4.
And I won't be able to stop at 4, so I'm going to have to go just ahead.
Yeah. Which then would automatically put you in a tailing position, with me on you on a tailing position.
Yeah.
So you flying straight in front of me puts you at a disadvantage now.
Yeah, for the minute, but you're going to fly over me. You're going to have a shot on my tail and then you're going to fly over.
So he goes to there, and then I'll leapfrog you, and then if you're not dead, you'll end up tailing me.
Yes.
So.
Next advantage is this one. Yep. So I shall go.
I like the risky play by the Germans here.
Yeah, balls to the wall. What can I say? I'm not going to do this. In fact, I will do that manoeuvre if I can. I will burn advantage, but I am going to do my movement first before I do it this time.
I mean, what you could do is you could move 4, turn around and come back 3.
So move 4, turn around, move that out of the way, and then wrong way, come back.
Yeah.
Put that there, 1, 2, 3. There we go.
So you burn the advantage to neutral.
Yep.
And now
Him being.
you get a shot in him.
Yes.
And
that. 3 for that.
Right, so I believe it counts as the side shot if you're in the rear. Oh no, just side. So front and rear follow normal shooting, but
It's going to be hitting your rear, I would have thought. According to that line, I would have thought it's your rear.
yeah. So when I've been playing it in the past, we've been doing it as deflection, but it's actually not apparently. I suppose flying at the side of somebody, you rake them.
Yeah, right along the side of it, don't
Yeah.
you? So you get more opportunity to hit.
So it's 4 dice. Yep. 6s. As long as it goes through, he's dead.
Oh! Why can you not hit nothing?
But I made it. I would have made it look.
Oh, well and truly.
Pro!
So that's my 2 advantages.
You need to put. This is when these come in handy because obviously you've gone neutral now.
He's already gone.
And he's gone.
My leader will have gone.
So your leader hasn't gone yet.
Oh yes, because he wasn't advantage.
He wasn't advantage, but now he does because we're on to neutral.
Yours is already gone, so yeah.
So now your neutral leader goes, and then my neutral Spitfires go. Then your neutral Messerschmitt, then my
What I'm going to do.
disadvantage.
Oh, in fact, I can't burn though, can I?
Something interesting you can do, if you don't mind me advising, is you could do your move and somehow make yourself within 9 of this plane. Automatically outmaneuver him, puts him at a disadvantage, which means then he can't shoot that guy.
That's what I was hoping to do. Well, somewhat similar. I was hoping to shoot him down, right, and get behind him, but
But that would work.
advantage, so
You can, to burn your advantage, you have to go down to disadvantage.
so I
which
come
means you
forward
can-
a bit.
Yeah.
4. Burn advantage. Turn around.
Come back 3.
Come back 3.
Okay.
So
That'll put you at disadvantage when you've done it, obviously, because you're burning the
I'm
advantage.
burning it. Yeah.
But then, I don't think it really matters because
If I'm behind you still, though, does that
none of
turn
my-
yours to as well?
Yeah.
So
And then you would get rid of your wingman effect. You would get rid of
he turns.
my
Your advantage on him,
advantage on you. So you go back up to normal.
and he goes to there.
Your only stipulation is that you're within that range. So I automatically go down. You come back up. And so you don't actually need to carry out the outmaneuver. So you could choose to outmaneuver another plane or shoot me.
I wasn't advantaged, so I've gone to disadvantaged on him.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, yeah, you have. We forgot to move it, didn't we?
Yeah, I just forgot to put
So
him
you
down.
can't. So
I can't go on any others.
can you outmaneuver whilst
Disadvantaged.
disadvantaged?
That I do not know.
You may attempt to reduce an enemy player's advantage level by 1 from advantage to neutral or neutral to disadvantage. Doesn't say you can't do it while disadvantaged. So you could try and disadvantage one of my planes, or you could go back up to neutral for yourself. For you, personally, being at neutral is better, because then you would activate.
I'm ready for the next
neutral.
one, and if
Yeah.
anyone does come near me, I've got a bit of opportunity
Yeah.
to recover.
Right. So now it's my 3 neutral. Actually, I don't think you can tail more than one plane, can you?
You've got 2 disadvantages, 1 advantage, 3.
Yeah, you can only claim to be tailing 1 enemy. Right, so otherwise you'd have me tail a lot. This guy's gonna go there and turn to there and go to advantage.
And I only have a 1 left.
So you've got your neutral.
Neutral. I will do. So, I can burn advantage and then go back up. I was thinking of coming through here,
Turning round.
and then put it back up to normal, can't I? So that's what I'll do. I'm going to have to go into my full speed though to do it. So that's 7, I think. I'll spin to there. Was it 3 that you can
One thing I have noted is it's very hard to move them in a straight line.
Yes.
Because you don't have a line going through to match this line. So it's very difficult.
He's already at disadvantage anyway, but he can go. He's going back up to normal, and that's his turn over. Isn't
Okay,
it?
so it's just my disadvantage plane.
So you've got.
So this fella is going to make a tight turn, which means he turns to there. He's going to make his full move. Or as far as he can.
Coward.
And go to neutral. And this guy's doing the same. Turning there. And go to there. And go to neutral. Right, so clean up. So I've got 2 planes at advantage.
I have none.
In clean up I need to roll for these. So it is 3 dice. He maintains it, and this guy over here, he maintains it. So they've both got tight turn back. I'm gonna do a tight turn with this guy. So he's facing basically there. Can't do it.
I'll have to rake across your side.
Stay there. And then he's going to, for his action, he's going to disadvantage this plane here.
Oh, what a surprise. So.
I've just moved the wrong plane anyway. Never mind. It should have been that guy first.
I'll let you off.
No. I wondered why it wasn't going to work my plan. My plan was to actually 360 him and disadvantage him.
Yeah, and then get him in.
And then get him in and shoot him. Well, shoot him before he moves. Anyway, so this fella here is going to do burn advantage, go 6 and come back 1, and then go to neutral. Well, he's neutral to burn advantage, 360, and then there. I'm going to go up to there. Then my neutrals after that guy. So your pilot skill 4 fella goes.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what I could do. Right. Minimum I have to go is 4, so that's what he's going to do. 4. Then he's going to do a 45. That's his go.
Okay.
I'm heading up to the skies.
So my neutral 3.
Sorry.
Burning advantage. To turn. I'm going to go 4. And then back 3. And then go to neutral.
This is what it was really, very tactical.
That poor guy in the middle is going to get screwed, isn't he? Can't believe we've not got a single hit yet. We've saved every single one that's gone at us.
Well, when you're only hitting on a 6, it's difficult to get some hits, really. Right. We'll go to 4. He's at disadvantage.
Oh, hang on, yeah. Is it disadvantage? Not advantage.
What am I going to say?
I did it the wrong way.
You cheat.
So you've got 10 shots.
I'm going to fire on him. 2, 3.
Get a crit here, it reduces me down to 5. You got a crit. Saved it.
Oh no! You have to. So
It's
that's
like the other guys that are coming in.
So he's already gone on to. Which was the other one that went to my number 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll put them on so I know which ones have gone.
He would have been, but then he flew in behind him. So now you've got this guy.
Yes, and now this guy.
So
as well.
that guy's obviously going to shoot him. What's he doing?
Shall I go for this one first? I think I should. I will do. So. I am going to move Ben advantage
Mm-hmm.
and then turn
And then go back up to
and
neutral.
then go back up to neutral. So 7. Turn on the spot. And back up to neutral, which he already is, and that's his go.
Cool. So that leaves my disadvantaged fella who is going to...
Does my other one go before your disadvantage?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, this guy here, yeah. I forgot you hadn't done him first. So I'm guessing you want to move in.
Yeah, I'm going to move him straight behind him.
And then turn.
And turn 40. Yeah.
And then shoot.
Yeah, basically. How many do I get there?
10 again.
That's all my dice.
Just one.
No crits, only one.
Saved it. One of us is going to get a down pilot soon. Well, I'm going to fly out of there because that is getting scary. Not a great deal he can do. Although,
You're going to turn?
you know what?
Could have moved.
No, you can't. A disadvantaged plane can't outmaneuver, I don't think. Right, you can't. Yeah, you're going to turn at the end. So, from there to there. Okay, so clean-up phase. Roll my 3 dice to see if I get a tight turn back for the guy in front of your mesh. Nope.
No, he's gone.
He's lost his tight turn. And then take all these off. I've got 4, you take one of mine. You've got 4.
Yeah.
Right, so advantage planes first.
I have 1.
You do.
And it's a level 4. And you have 1, which is a level 4.
So,
Oh, you have 2.
I'm gonna use tight turn and fly 4. 6, 5, 5 to there and shoot that guy, which is side, because that's where my arrow's pointing. So 11 shots. Nothing yet. Nothing. What's he firing at you?
Blanks.
Needs to guess the doctor.
I thought I was a Jaffa.
So now you're advantaged 4. Wow. Never seen such a pile of poo.
Disadvantage yet? No.
Oh, I missed it.
Nearly got my head.
I know, sorry. I was thinking, oh, it's clapping for no reason.
I wonder what my head. Can you shoot from advantage to neutral?
Yes.
So that's what I will probably do then. So I'm going to come flying in. Troop 7.
I'm just gonna unclip the camera and show them how cool this looks.
Turn. Should have put the music on. I knew we should have put the music on. So because my number 4 is right up behind your number 3.
Oh dear, everything is bum.
Oh yeah. So does he go down to a disadvantage, does he not?
Yeah. And then you're going to shoot him?
Of course I am. 10? Is it 10?
No, it's 4. It's 5 for you. It's not side, it's just rear. You're pointing towards the rear.
Missed.
Ugh.
So that was alright. So you've got one there advantaged.
Okay, going to burn advantage. He's going to go. 3. Do his turn. And then finish. There.
So he goes down to rough.
And he goes back to normal.
That wasn't very nice.
Sorry.
That's like Ace Pilot.
Next we have neutrals.
I have 2.
And I have 2. Thankfully just saved one of them.
Oh sorry, I have 3. I
So,
have 3 neutrals.
going to use his tight turn. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to there and then do that. Then I'm in your side.
I would say so, yeah.
So he's going to shoot your 4, if he can. Hopefully out the sky. That wasn't, I was just practice rolling. Oh. Even practice rolling doesn't work.
Dice are fixed.
Then he's going to fly straight out 7, burn advantage. And turn. Right,
Oh.
now yours. So all mine have gone.
If they're at the same level, can they shoot each other?
No. I think you should shoot that plane there.
No, I'd rather not. Alright. Oh. Right. 7. And he's going to turn. And go advantage. All yours have gone, haven't they?
Yeah.
Can you get your side out there?
Can't shoot him anyway.
Yeah,
Same
same
level.
into, yeah.
Thankfully I've only got one disadvantaged plane and you can't shoot him at the minute.
So I'm going to have to. Must have been advantage and go back up. So I'll go 3, sorry. Been advantage. Spin round. Go there and go up. Oh, mind you, sorry, so.
So you can't go up.
There weren't many places I could go anyway. Can you burn advantage?
I'd have been tempted to have just gone 4 and try and outmaneuver the Spitfire that's lost his tight turn and then come in with this guy and shoot him.
Should have done really, but hindsight's a good thing, and I'm
It's-
sweating like a pig.
Same here, I'm wiping it off. I feel like I'm in a bath of sweat. You've got that on a funny angle, by the way. Not that it really helps you at all. I just wondered if you could get past that other fighter, but you're fine. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I was hoping to get here, and then
Now it's dead straight, by the looks of things. You'll be touching tips.
right, I'm going to go in for a. Oh, am I? Should I? No, I'll
Safest thing to do is just go forward.
And just find an advantage and go this way.
Okay. Yeah, that's out of harm's way. Kind of.
So I'll burn advantage. I'll turn first. I can do it any time, can't I? And then kill my turn.
And then go back up to neutral.
And go back up to neutral.
Okay. And that's everyone. Right. What a carve up this is. Just shows how hard it was to actually fly combat in the skies.
Constantly outmaneuvering everybody. You've got to do a roll for your...
Yes, my leader, wasn't it? It's fine. Put it back. So. Looks like it's a tight turn again. And then I'm going to fly, baby. Fly. To there. And I'm going to outmaneuver you. Which is automatic, because I can apply that skill. Then it's over to the neutral planes. I'm going to start with him, who's going to have a freebie at you. 4 shots.
You'll miss.
Yeah. Then he's gonna
fly past me and get shot.
Burn advantage. Go down to thingy and go there. And go back to neutral. The number 3 is going to have a go at your leader. Is he from the side? Number 3, that guy.
Yeah, possibly it'd be hitting this
I don't know,
one. To be honest, it might be just in front, maybe. That laser point of it's going to be
benefit of the doubt with that one. Then he's going to hopefully fly 4 and then shoot you again.
just make it, I think, yeah. Point blank range.
He's going to turn a little bit. Which now is side. After his turn. Oh! Won it.
How much do I get to say? 3,
7.
6, 7. All I need is 1, 6.
Yeah. So he's done. Then it is neutrals for you.
Well, I have 2 neutrals.
I can feel this guy
But,
shooting.
yeah, I think he's going to shoot it in
10
first
dice.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, crit. Downed him. So now we can bring these in.
So, these, basically every time you get a hit on a plane, you get one of these. So that's a failed save. When a plane's destroyed, you get one of those. When the amount of these boom chips, as they call them, is greater than the amount of planes you've got left, you lose!
They bug out and run off.
It only took us an hour to get our first kill. All because we keep rolling 6s. Right, so that guy's gone.
Yeah.
Now he's got his move.
He has. So he'll move full and turn 45 degrees. That's That's him gone.
And you got that guy there. They did try, bless them. Today might not be a good day for the area.
Today's a good day to die. I'll go 4.
Mhm.
I will turn. And then actually attempt to outmaneuver this guy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ace pilot has dropped.
So I ain't it for shit.
I got
So
one of them.
All line of done. All you've got left is your 2 pilots
My
that are
2
pointing
disadvantages.
downwards.
Yes. I can't tell he dropped, can I? So I can't bear an advantage.
No.
Can't even do great climb because it's what's on yours. I thought it would be, I think for me, kind of thing.
What's great dive?
On a plane when this trait burning advantage to dive, add the plane's maximum move instead of 6 would burn advantage.
Yeah.
So he gets a 7
Could be in
instead of
turning
6.
instead. Because turning's way better than getting extra move. Suppose it is and it isn't. Depends if you're trying to fly away from something. On this size table, you fly straight off.
So we've got 7. Go to there, 45 degree. And surprisingly enough,
Go to neutral. What's that poor fool doing?
poor fool that's. Well, to say he's a poor fool, you've missed him.
True.
Well, I can't bear an advantage. The only thing I can do is move, turn, and look for the best. So he's going to move 7, on turn.
Go to neutral.
So neutral. And my 109s are now outnumbering you.
Not for long, they won't be.
Unfortunately,
I-
you've got about 1 minute.
Outmanoeuvred. A tight turn, didn't I, again?
Yeah.
So I've still got it. Okay, so this could be even Stevens. I'm going to fly straight at him. And I'm going to outmanoeuvre him. Automatic.
When you going to shoot me?
Then this guy activates. He's going to fly 5.
How come you activates? What about mine?
Oh right, yeah, your guy. Well, your guy wasn't do anything, was he?
Okay. It's alright, don't chill.
Go on, do him.
No, you're alright, no.
Because he could stop me doing something. So
Could he?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I doubt it. I shall move 3. I shall bear an advantage. Which means he flicks it round. And then I'll go 2. And back up. Because of that, he goes down.
no, you don't.
Alright.
So a plane cannot claim to be tailing an enemy if it's disadvantaged itself. And it says you cannot climb for advantage and then claim to be tailing.
Right, so it doesn't disadvantage.
So it doesn't disadvantage me until
But
next turn.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But you can use your action to automatically outmaneuver him.
I've gone back up, haven't I?
Oh yeah.
I've got to use it to go back up.
True.
Otherwise I'm at disadvantage.
So now he does what he does.
Yeah, now you can shoot him.
He'll miss and you'll win. Was it 5? Because then it's side.
No, I'm shooting with
Criticals.
Oh,
Wow! All those shit dice rolls, and I've got 4 6s.
What do I get? 4?
You get 5. It's just your normal 6. If only it was 1 for every 2 6s you get. Oh, he's gone! Wow! There you go. Woohoo!
I pull 109.
2 boom chips to go. You just got to ring your wife now and tell her you're going to be late home. Blame it on Cam.
Who's done me in all nice?
My guy is gonna.
We might as well finish this turn. Okay.
Yeah. May as well turn the end on now. Burn advantage. Do a turn. And just fly straight towards him. And then go back up.
Poor dude.
I know.
There's only one left. He's in the middle of nowhere. So he would have to. Oh.
Fly away.
Fly to 4. Burn an advantage.
Spin around.
And spin around.
And go back to neutral.
Oh, but he's going to move a bit better actually as well. So I'll fly another 2. And that will be him because he can't do it all. So he's gone back up to neutral.
We've got a few kills.
Hmm?
We've got a few kills.
Yes. Oh, but,
So
we've got the boom.
it's amazing how you think.
It's a lot more tactical than you think it is. There's
Yeah.
a lot more thinking about where your planes are going to be going. And
Because you're not actually going to guarantee shooting down somebody.
no.
In theory, we should have killed the plane before we did, but
Now,
just
if
good
it
armour
was,
saves.
you had to roll a 1,
if
I'd have been brilliant.
had to roll a 1,
I would have been brilliant.
would have lost all our planes in the first turn.
Yes.
Um,
But I'm not very good at rolling.
yeah, it's quite tactical, and I can see some people, not myself, but some people being able to figure out the whole putting you at neutrals and disadvantages and stuff to be able to. Cause like I'd forgotten he'd gone, even though he had a thing on him, so I could have probably come in, turned,
Shot him in the ass.
and I would have been tailing, and I could have shot him. But because I thought, oh, I just need to get near him,
Yeah.
and I burned my advantage. So I didn't actually need to burn the advantage there. So there's like little things, but I'm blaming it on the heat today.
Yes, definitely.
We'll play it in the winter in our thermals, and it'll be amazing.
If I've got my hat on, I'll be fine. I'll get my woolly hat. I'll be fine.
So yeah, that's awesome. I'll have to play with your fucker wolves next time you're coming down.
Yes. I want 90s. They'll shoot down the Spitfire.
I might bring the Mustangs.
Oh. Bring your Mustangs.
The Spitfire Mark II is pretty lame against a fucker wolf.
Well, yeah.
Although the points difference would make it different. We'd have more planes.
Yeah.
Fucker wolves, I think, are like 40 odd, aren't they?
Let's have a look. They are now 47.
I know Mustangs are expensive.
47. The good thing about this that I like though, it tells you a bit about the aircraft as well on the back.
Yeah.
It tells you when they were released and a bit about them.
My 46 for a Mustang. 328 compared to 229.
So you're fast, but I've got more weapons.
Yeah.
So if I get behind you, boom.
Oh yeah. But it's trying to get behind me. Great diving, deep pockets. Deep pockets. I think you ignore your first boom chip.
What?
You're not the first time you've been shot down. Which is weird.
Because you've got big pockets.
Yeah, really big pockets.
Oh, I'll just hide it. Hold on.
So yeah, it's basically if you took 3 Fokker Wolves, I'd have 4 Spitfires. Another thing actually is do the pilot skills
Yes.
make a difference? In the
I don't
scenario.
really use any pilot skills or anything. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to Skype now before I get to telling off.
That's alright. You can catch up on the video, can't you?
Yes. I can get
Oh,
that.
right. So, your pilots, 25 points for a rookie, 50 points for a regular, 75 points for a veteran, and 100 points for an ace. As a guideline, choose forces up to a value of 500 points each, and you'll produce a small game that lasts about 40 minutes.
That would be tickles for us.
Yeah, that was like that was definitely a 500 point game, and it was over an hour. Obviously, they're good at rolling sixes.
Yeah, I ain't too good at rolling sixes. Now, if it was rolling a 1, I'd be brilliant at it. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
Double ones. Even triple skulls when it comes to Blood Bowl, but not.
Oh yeah, triple skulls any time.
No good at sixes.
Right, well, we'll work out. You work out 500 points for next week.
Mhm.
I'll work out 500 points for next week, and we'll face each other without knowing what each of us got.
Well, you know what I'm going to bring.
Ah,
I
but
know what you're going to bring.
But you might bring all pilot skill 5.
True. So 500 pints.
You'd be drunk on 500 pints.
You'd eat on that. I've got 46 or 50. How much were you for that one now?
We're like 7 quid.
42.
Oh, for that? Oh, I've already got that in. And I've not wrote it on there then. So, it's got. In my activity, it's just put 42. Yeah. So £4.80.
Which I've got that.
That pays for that, and then food.
It just sounds food.
Food was £6.50 a meal. Plus delivery of 75p. £13.75. And how many pops?
6.
And is
6 altogether.
So 60 that brings you up to 7 meals, yeah? Yeah, you bring one other day. So that's
Friday.
7 since Friday.
So that's £3.60 on top.
So 7, what?
Friday.
£3.60 on top of what?
£3.60 on top of this.
How many pints do I need to roll for it?
So that one is your 6th one, but it's a contrast.
So when he gets his, you can either take a small one, or you can wait till you've got 10 contrasts and take a 3 contrasts. Sorry, 9 contrasts and take a 3 contrasts.
I'll wait until now.
So it's 650 plus 650 plus 75p.
So £13.75.
That's it, yeah.
17.35 on that. So what card is it? You're still using this one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right.
God, it's unbearable, eh? She's doing
That's
Feels like it, doesn't it?
That's why the door's shut for one. Definitely not open now, it's warm on that side.
Collapsing.
There we go.
I took it out too quick.
What?
Did I take it out too quick?
No, it's in the contact, so it only does our copy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right, enjoy.
Yes. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
Let me get some fresh air.
I'll
do my cheap thing.
Right, I'll catch you next week then.
Yeah, see you next week, Mark.
500 points.
Yeah. 500 points.
Oh, next Sunday I can't do though.
Oh no, we'll do it the week after.
Yeah, okay. I'll catch you later.
I'm going to go out now. Get some fresh air. Okay. Oh. Right. Hot and sticky. So, hello, and anybody watching. Hello, hello, hello. So, just did the game of Blood Red Skies. We played for about an hour. We did most of the bits and pieces. Sponsored by Coke. It's like a sauna in here today. It's been really hot outside, and unfortunately I have to close the doors now because of the flies, so... Oh dear. So, my personal opinion on the game is I really enjoy it. I think it's a brilliant game. Not just saying that because I sell it. I do actually think it's good. There's a lot of things in the game that have a massive impact on the gameplay itself. So being advantaged, neutral and disadvantaged is amazing. For anybody who didn't see the playthrough, what I'm on about is, so these planes here are at neutral when they're like that. So they at neutral could not shoot each other because they're basically flying at the same. That basically just means they haven't got a bead of fire on each other. If that plane was what we call advantaged, that means that he's got one up on this guy, so he could shoot him. If he was at neutral and he was at disadvantaged, which means he's done some sort of manoeuvre which meant he's had to, you know, spiral down or something and do a tight turn, then he can shoot him. Spitfire can shoot the Messerschmitt. If they're both like that, then they can't shoot each other. So as long as you're at a higher level than your opponent, then that means that you can shoot them. Now, it doesn't just mean that you're higher up like that, going down on them. It just means that you're doing something that means you're at a disadvantage to your opponent. Higher pilot skill pilots can do an outmaneuver for free, which means he would bring him down a level as an action. And if you're the same pilot skill or lower, you can make them do a test to do that. And we've figured you can have a massive impact in the game just by being able to outmaneuver people. So, for instance, during that game, the turn sequence, your advantaged pilots go first, followed by neutral, followed by disadvantage, and it goes in the order of pilot skill. So if a higher pilot skill goes in and disadvantages a lower pilot skill pilot who's at neutral, then he goes disadvantage, which then means he would be going last rather than next. So you could actually kind of swarm on one plane if you play your cards right and kind of take him down. The game relies on rolling sixes, sixes to hit, sixes to save. Now, no matter how many sixes you get to hit, it doesn't have any impact on the save. It's any amount of sixes to hit is one hit, any amount of sixes to save is one save. That is the only thing that I would change in this game, is if you rolled like multiple sixes. So what they have got is they've got a critical success, which is 2 sixes. So 2 sixes mean you lose 1 agility dice to evade. I personally think if you got 4 sixes, then you would lose 2 dice. That would make more sense to me. I don't think that is in the rules. I'll just double check now in the rules booklet, because I've played it loads, but obviously you never know everything. So just going to look at that. Add pilot skill to the player's value for shooting. If you score at least 1 success, a hit is rolled and a boon token given to the opponent. Once a hit is scored, the target can try and dodge the attack by rolling a number of dice equal to the sum of the pilot skill. So, just by reading that, I've just found out that we've been playing it wrong all this time. So we've been given a boon chip every time you fail the save. Actually, you get a boon chip every time you get a 6 to hit. So if you rolled like 4 dice and got 2 sixes, you would have a critical hit and a boon chit. So the boon chits basically work as every time you get hit, you get a boon chit. When your boon chits reach higher than your planes you've got left in the sky, you bug out and go home. So actually, if you've got 5 planes that haven't been shot down, but you took 6 boom chits from 6 hits, you would actually bug out and go home anyway. So that is something that we did wrong in that playthrough there. So, lol. So yeah, but it, you know, it's a basic thing that we read and didn't see. So that's something to remember for the next time. We did burn an advantage right because we were doing that all the time. I just wanted to check that burning advantage meant you can do other things. So yeah, it's a special action in your movement. So movement's also difficult because that line on there doesn't actually line up with anything on the plane itself. Only the arrow on the front. So if you're on a funny angle, you could possibly get the arrow wrong. I'm not sure if you can see this. So if you've got there and there, if it's perfectly lined up, okay, fine. But if you're on a funny angle and you get it just slightly off, then you end up with your plane going off on a skew, which I noticed happens quite a lot. So we could do to have a better way of doing that. But other than that, it's a nice game. There's not really a great deal you can say, other than it is pretty simple. It's got a good set of scenarios, and all the planes come with their own upgrades, so you don't have to work out upgrade cost and stuff. If you're looking to play a points game, then when you're in the scenario book, you can either choose your forces randomly, so you pick 5 planes and then you roll a dice for each plane, and if you can roll a 6 is an ace, if you roll a 5 is a veteran, if you roll a 2, 3 or 4 is a regular, and a 1 is a rookie. You can also work it out by buying your points cost if you want. So you can buy an ace for 100 points, you can buy a veteran for 75, you can buy a regular for 50. Now, I did play it once where we rolled randomly, and I just happened to roll 1 for like 4 of my 6 planes, which meant I was at a massive disadvantage, which is nice because it's a bit like playing like a random force allocation in a way. You know what planes you've got, but you don't know what pilots up in the air that day. I quite like the idea of buying your pilots. So next 2 weeks we might going to play a game with 500 points and work out cost of a plane. So an ace Spitfire, for instance, would cost you 131 points, whereas a rookie one would only cost you 56 points. Now, is it better to have loads of rookies compared to loads of aces? I don't know. I've not done that yet. It would be interesting to see. You know, I mean, obviously, if you had 4 ace Spitfires versus like 9 pilot skill rookie Spitfires, you'd probably actually be able to sort that out. You might be able to outmaneuver them, get behind them, tailing. You might get the advantage there. So they also have the doctrine cards. So if you're playing early war, you've got doctrine cards for like historical doctrines, and you've got late war. So for instance, the Germans get dive away, high altitude performance and seasons pilots for the early war, and then they get, rather than seasoned pilots, they get wall of lead for the random, and they also have different effects on the game. Now, I'll not go into that too much. That's something maybe now I will. I'm basically going to run this until 11 o'clock because it's bank holiday tomorrow and we're all back at work tomorrow. So it's going to be a long a long day today and we're going to have a long night, so there's doctrines, they're theatre selectors. So, for example, seasoned pilots. So, seasoned pilots outperform trainees at every level. The bonus is you get great climb. So, in reaction to a friendly plane failing a manoeuvre test, the plane re-rolls the dice for the manoeuvre test. So, if somebody tries to outmanoeuvre you, which happens quite a lot, you can actually re-roll it. And I'm not sure what the arrow thing means there, but I think it means you can re-establish it afterwards. Not sure. Doesn't necessarily tell you straight away. So I'm wondering if that's only like a one use only. It's got some cool little scenarios though. So high altitude performance, the bonus you would get is great climb, and you would play it on the advantage friendly plane, on an advantage friendly plane using an outmaneuver pilot action. The pilot gains +2 to their skill for the attempt. So if you've got an advantage plane that's being outmaneuvered, you get +2 to your skill test. So that's 2 more dice. Aggressive tactics, bonus, rapid roll or tight turn. And you would get, on a friendly plane during the activation, your plane can make a bonus 45-degree turn before moving. It's a 45-degree turn before moving, and then you get to look at your normal turn afterwards. Again, aggressive tactics, when you activate a plane, that's the same one, lol. High altitude performance, your bonus is great climb, and on the advantaged friendly plane using the outmaneuver action. But I've just done high altitude, mixed up. These should have been in order. Defensive tactics, you get tight turn, and in reaction to enemy shooting, the plane under attack can make a bonus 45 angle or 90 degree if it's got tight turn before the shot is resolved. So if somebody's in your side arc, you could turn your plane to face them, which means it would go from having like 10 dice down to 4 dice. Low altitude performance, your bonus is you can have great dive or rapid roll, and on being on a disadvantaged friendly plane at the beginning of the activation, you can become neutral. That's actually quite cool. Ram attack, your bonus is robust plane. On a friendly plane that moves into contact with an enemy plane, resolve a ram like a head-on shooting attack, but add speed rather than firepower. So, ram attack, let me see. Yeah, that would be the late war Japanese. How did we guess that one? And early war Soviet. Right, Wall of Lead. The bonus to Wall of Lead is that you get deep pockets. Now, deep pockets means you can discard your first boom chit, and you play it on a friendly plane, making a shooting attack. After the dice are rolled, you can take a boom chit and re-roll any dice that fail to score a success. That's interesting. So you can take a boom chit, put it on your side, but then re-roll your dice that failed to score. So dive away. You get great dive, and on a disadvantaged friendly plane during the activation, the plane may burn advantage to make a dive move, even if it's disadvantaged. So you can basically an extra 6 inches. So they're quite interesting doctrines for historicals. Again, they could actually have quite a massive impact to gameplay, which is nice. Like they give you that sort of ability. So, an ace skill. So how do you get ace skills? cover. See, in some of the scenarios it gives you ace skills. But as for not sure how you would use those. So that's something we'll have to look up, that how to use ace skills. Is there anything in here for ace skills? I wonder if you just dish them out randomly to you guys. I could be clearer about that one, because I'm not immediately seeing it. And then you've got theatre cards, which again you can use theatre cards as well. I think we'll do another game in the future using those, because they're a bit more complex, because you've got like cloud cover and radar and things. That's really it for scenarios. It'll be interesting to play through the scenarios and see what happens. So yeah, so that's scenarios. We did the rules, the expanded rules. I wonder if there's anything expanded rules. Read only when ready. Building the action deck, aircraft trait cards. Okay. Wonder if, aces, page 8. Aces, aces, aces. Rules for achieving ace status were established during the First World War, when aerial battles of famous pilots were followed in the newspapers with all the avidity of sports results. In World War II, 5 confirmed air-to-air victories became established as a tally required to give pilot ace status. Hundreds of planes became aces in the Second World War due to the vast scale of aerial conflict. Proportionally, the number of aces different air forces produced stayed roughly the same, and only about 5% of their combat pilots became aces. In a box game, you get any pilot created with a pilot skill 5 is classed as an ace and allows you to use ace cards. To generate an ace, simply add 100 points to the cost of your selected aeroplane, and ace can choose one ace skill card from those available. So, 1. That's pretty cool. So it's like a freebie. So you pay 100 points for your ace pilot and you get a free ability. So yeah, it's good that. And other than that, that's kind of all it. And then multi-engine aeroplanes, about retaining action cards, which we did that earlier in the game, about taking manoeuvre tests for manoeuvring cards. And then you've got action cards. So in large battles with 12 aircraft aside, increase your hand size to 5. So during the game, each player has a hand of action cards that is replenished each turn from their action deck. The maximum number of action cards in the player's hand is limited to 3 for regular. In a 12 aircraft aside, increase it to 4. Beginning turn 1, just after deployment, each player draws a hand. So let's find out what action cards are. Action cards. Aircraft traits. Doctrine. Ace skills. And theatre selector. So, Each aircraft can normally gain the benefit of only one single action card per turn. The only exception is the Ace aircraft. And the Doctrine bonus cards. Choose the action card to play. Yeah, that doesn't really explain very much. So where we had our Spitfire that had the trait type turn, when you're playing a expanded edition game, you don't just have that on your pilot card, you actually have that in a shuffled deck that you draw 3 of each turn, and they're the ones you can use. I suppose then you would discard it if you failed your test, so that's actually interesting. So it's not just like everyone can do it, because obviously that's a bit overpowered, as I found out with my Spitfires doing it every single turn. Okay, that's it, yeah, and then you put your theatre cards and Doctrine cards in there as well. So that could be something to look at for later. Actually just looking through, figuring out how it works, and then explaining to people how it works. So, yeah. So yeah, they could actually make quite a big difference, having a hand of cards. So yeah, there's not much else to say. It's a pretty simple and easy game to play. There's different sets available. I was tempted by the bloody hell, I forgot what it's called now. Complete and Utter Doodad. Word loss. I'll grab it. Mosquitoes maybe, I think it was. So yeah, I was tempted by the Mosquito Squadron. So what we'll do is I'll open them and just show you through what they actually did, what they do. So we'll see what, and see if it has the rule, because this is actually a multi-engined plane. So it'll be interesting to see how they work. It was a fighter. I believe this is actually the fighter version because it has the guns where the bomb bay would be. It also means you can see just how they come. So that's the cutouts you get, double-sided. Interestingly, you don't get any aces in there, so actually if you want to get aces you've got to buy the ace pilots or you've got to buy the box game. So these are larger scale, larger size bases for them. So they clip into there. And I'm guessing that would be interesting. I'll have to look that up. I'm guessing there'll be some rules as to how to use them. So let's see how big these guys are. So this is, oh, it's hard plastic rather than that other rubber plastic. That is one of the mosquitoes. They look really nice. We like them. Or he likes them, I do. And that's it on a flight stand. So that's it. Advantage, disadvantage. So interesting to play with those. And as for the cards, you get the Mosquito, Mark II multi-engine fighter bomber, or the Mark V